Hey guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing some of my unpopular K-pop opinions since my last one was like a year ago and I have some more to share with y'all. Before we start, I would just like to remind people that these are my opinions. They are not made to offend or disrespect anyone in any way. Also, I'll be repeating some of the opinions I shared in my second opinion video since that one flopped hahaha. Now, onto the video. Number 1. Red Velvet is the best of the big three.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now hold on, I know I said I disliked Red Velvet in one of my last unpopular opinion videos, but that was a year ago and my opinions are allowed to change. I heard Psycho for the first time in January and after hating the girls for almost 3 years, it completely changed my outlook on them. Their vocals are spot on. Their rappers can rap like no one's business and their choreography are some of the most iconic in K-pop history. Sure, their stage presence is nothing to brag about, but the way they carry themselves on stage just says it all. They are so elegant in the way they move and it's mesmerizing. Also, Psycho reached 100 million views in under 4 months with literally no promotions. Only queens can do that. Number 2. Skiz 2020 blessed my soul and is exactly what Stay and Stray Kids needed. Now before y'all ignorant stays bash me in the comments, let me explain. Woojin was my bias in Stray Kids and my ultimate bias in K-pop, and when he left the group I was devastated and I didn't know if I could continue listening to Stray Kids music. When they announced they were re-releasing most of their songs without Woojin, I was so excited to hear who would sing his parts, and man, I was not disappointed. Soonmin and Chan singing his parts in Chronosaurus was the best decision JYP has ever made, and it gave IN and Lee Know the opportunity to showcase their vocals in songs where they didn't get to before. And Changbin singing in 19. Oh my good god. Number 3. I don't mind the visual position in K-pop groups. Visuals are something we don't have in Western groups, so I can see why people are against it, but people also need to remember that K-pop isn't Western pop. Korea have their own standards of beauty which everyone is accustomed to and is completely normal to them. Just because someone has the position as a visual, it doesn't mean they are talentless or only in the group because they have a pretty face. Be honest, if you saw a K-pop group with no visual members you would be less likely to be interested in them, which is why they are so crucial to K-pop companies. Which brings me to my next opinion. Number 4. Picking a bias based on looks isn't shallow. I don't know why people are always saying you should pick a bias based on personality and not looks, because that's so stupid. I'm not going to watch a group that I don't even know on variety shows and pick a bias from there. I'm going to watch their music videos and see who stands out the most to me. Everyone has different tastes and not everyone is going to pick the visual member as their bias, so just let people pick a bias how they want to. I think the only bias I have that I didn't pick based on looks is MJ from Astro, and that's because I couldn't pick just from watching their music videos, so I decided to watch some of their funniest moments. Number 5. Joy is my favorite vocalist in Red Velvet. I swear this isn't me being biased. Or maybe it is, hahaha. But seriously, Joy's vocals go so underrated among Revelove, and I don't know how y'all can't talk about her vocals too. Sure, her vocals aren't as strong as Wendy's or Soolji's, but she still definitely earned her position as a vocalist. It's just a shame she isn't a main or lead vocalist because her voice just appeals so much to me and it goes so well with both their Red and Velvet concepts. Here are some of my favorite Joy vocals just to bless y'all. Number 6. TXT and privileged like people think they are. I've seen so many people saying TXT are privileged because they debuted under Big Hit and have BTS as a brother group, but I strongly believe TXT aren't that privileged. Yes, debuting under a well-known company with other well-known artists is good for groups, but if the music is trash then they won't get far. TXT still have a long way to go before they're on BTS level of success, and people need to stop comparing them to BTS because they are their own people with their own style and concept and don't get the same opportunities that BTS do, so it's unfair to call them privileged. Number 7. Y'all seriously need to chill out with Blackpink. I get that they're a target for a lot of hate right now, but if you people don't stop shitting on them, something really bad is going to happen and you're going to regret it. I'm not trying to make light of Sully's death, but she was a victim of constant cyberbullying and hate, and what fans did to her is exactly what fans are doing to Blackpink. Jennie in particular. Y'all think that because you're behind a screen, they'll never find it, but the girls all have their own accounts on Instagram and can easily see how you're bringing them down, and it needs to stop. Y'all are crying saying that spreading hate isn't okay when you're doing the same thing to different people. Stop acting so childish and grow the fuck up before something happens that you can't control. Number 8. I will defend Stray Kids until the day I die. Before you attack me and call me a delusional stan, let me explain myself because I have a lot to say about this. I won't comment on the Bang Chan Dreads scandal because it's not my place to comment on that, but if you really think Chan is a racist who deserves to be kicked out of the group, then oh my god, do you need serious help. The people saying this shit about Chan don't watch his weekly V lives where he always tells people that they can turn to him when they need help even if they aren't fans of the group. They didn't watch the Stray Kids survival show where Chan cried with Felix and told him he would always be there for him no matter how hard things got. They weren't there when Woojin left and when Chan held Stay and the group together, and they have never been there to see just how much of an incredible person he is. One mistake doesn't determine someone's worth, and there wouldn't even be a Stray Kids without Bang Chan, so think about that the next time you bash him for no reason. Number 9. I adore Wiki Miki and I genuinely don't see why people hate them so much. Their music is so unique and quirky and suits the group and their dynamic so well, and the group have such amazing chemistry and personality. Picky Picky was a revolutionary song in my opinion, and Tiki Taka was the definition of a summer bop. Not to mention their vocals. Rapping and dancing is completely off the charts to the extent where I genuinely thought all of the members were lead or main dancers. If someone can tell me why people dislike them so much, then I'll be very grateful, please and thank you. Number 10. Revelove are among some of the worst fandoms in the K-pop community. I don't know how to explain this without getting chased with pitchforks and torches, so I'm just going to call it how I see it. Revelove have such a double standard when it comes to the girls and will criticize their red concepts while only streaming their velvet concepts. Songs like Power Up, Rookie, Happiness and Oompa Oompa never get the recognition they deserve, while songs like Bad Boy, Psycho and Peekaboo get all the attention. And while this changes from time to time like with Red Flavor, it remains that red concepts get criticized a lot more than their velvet concepts. Rookie and Power Up the most. I must be living on a different planet or something because I really don't understand how people can dislike Rookie. Listen to this masterpiece.
Looky, looky, 넌 나의 looky, looky, looky. Looky, looky, 넌 나의 looky, looky, looky. Looky, looky, 넌 나의 looky, looky, looky. Looky, looky, 넌 나의 looky, looky, looky.
Truly a masterpiece beyond our understanding. Number 11. Stop coming for Momoland. I mentioned this one in my opinion video that flopped, so I'm going to talk about it again. Like I said with Blackpink, if you guys keep hating on Momoland, then something bad is going to happen and it will be your fault. They've just lost 3 members in such a short amount of time, and I can't even begin to imagine how difficult that must have been for them and people sending them hate isn't going to help. It's fine if you don't like them or their music, or if you think their music sounds the same, or if you think they're plagiarizing other artists, but there's no reason for you to be calling them out for every little thing they do. They are human and they don't make their own music, so it's unfair to blame them for things their company are doing. It's called having a concept, and Blinks will eat up whatever YG gives them even though most of it sounds the same without complaining, so it's not fair to tear Momoland down for things they can't control. And if you think the members are horrible and disrespectful people, then watch Busan Ferry's video on why the hate needs to stop, as they talk about all the amazing charity work the girls have done for years. I'll leave the link to their video in the description. Now I know I'm about to get a lot of hate for being a hypocrite and contradicting myself, but oh well, I'm willing to take the hit for this one. Number 12. Stop saying BTS new music is bad. Before y'all call me a snake, let me explain, because this is another one I have a lot to say about. I know in my first unpopular K-pop opinions video I said I was getting bored of BTS and their new music, and that still stands. But the way I view them now has changed slightly. It's fine for you to dislike their new music, but I definitely don't think it's necessarily worse. As of now, BTS have released Map of the Soul 7, which is probably their most personal album yet and is primarily designed for ARMY, not casual listeners in my opinion. It's difficult to explain, but since BTS will probably be disbanding soon while Jin does his military service, their music is taking on a more personal style which suits them more at this time. I understand casual listeners won't enjoy this kind of music, but BTS have released other songs that don't hold such a deep meaning for you to understand. BTS have been through a lot and it must have been a life-changing experience to get to where they are today. So if they want to write music about that, then let them. Also, On is not their worst title track. I don't even know why people are saying that. Number 13. I don't think it's possible for fans to become too comfortable with their faves. I've seen a lot of people say that other fans are obsessive or too comfortable with their faves to the point where they believe they know them personally, and while this is apparent in the form of sasaengs, I really don't think that's something every K-pop stan can be accused of. Stray Kids are my ults and I idolize them with all my heart, but I know my place as a fan. K-pop isn't just music. It's a whole ass marketing campaign for companies to rake in more money, and they are going to present their idols in a friendly and down-to-earth way so that more people will feel connected to them and will therefore stan them and stream their comebacks and buy their merch. I don't think fans can become too comfortable with their faves because that's what the companies want. Companies want more money, and fans who gel with their idols more are going to bring in the money. K-pop is a lot more personal than any other music genre, which is clear through fan meets, Lightsticks, fanchants and V-Live. So calling K-pop stans obsessive and overbearing is a bit of a stretch to me. Which brings me to my last opinion of the video. Babying idols is okay. I'm probably the softest stan you will ever meet and I pretty much baby every idol I see, and if y'all are going to say I shouldn't because they're grown men and women, then guess what? I don't care. If you think babying idols is weird or creepy, then you do you, but personally I think it's such a good way to generate money. Cute stuff sells better over in Korea, and K-pop companies are going to manage their idols in a way which appeals to the Korean market more than the westernized market. Hell, idols even baby each other, so I don't get why y'all are so adamant on saying it's wrong because they do it themselves. And yes, I know babying can sometimes be seen as a form of sexualizing, but let me tell y'all right now, I'm a 17-year-old girl with a girlfriend and sexualizing idols does absolutely nothing for me, and I think that shit is disgusting. Calling 17-year-old boys daddy and actually meaning it is a whole new form of messed up, and I don't know what y'all want me to say. Calling your faves a baby when they're deliberately doing something cute or babyish is okay to me as long as you're not sexualizing that, because if you are, then there's something seriously wrong with you. That brings me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and don't be scared to leave your own opinions in the comments. I only ask that you be respectful of mine and other people's opinions, since we are all entitled to our own. Also, I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, as I'll be posting a lot more videos like these in the future. Also check out my previous videos please, and thank you. Stay home, wash your dirty hands, and stay beautiful.